So Stephen Hawking is, well known for having a distaste for philosophy, and he wrote that philosophy is dead. And then there are others like Neil deGrasse Tyson or Lawrence Krauss, who I spoke to recently, and I could tell was kind of irritated by my philosophical questions, who have these very negative feelings about philosophy. Do you have any sense of just why so many physicists, and maybe I'm generalizing too much by saying so many physicists, are so hostile to philosophy? And before you answer, one thing that I took from my conversation with Lawrence is that he thinks philosophers spend way too much time worried about quantum mechanics and these debates of the 20s and 30s as opposed to quantum field theory.
Yeah, sorry, what was the first part of that question? You added an extra question on there.
Yes. Why do you think that so many physicists are hostile to philosophers of physics or philosophy?
Well, I think that physicists are hostile to anything that isn't physics more often than not. The philosophers should not feel picked on. We physicists will pick on economists and historians and sociologists just as well. Don't feel bad, or even mathematicians. Mathematicians get some grudging respect because they're useful to physics, but they're largely wasting their time proving things from the point of view of the physicist. So, again, relentlessly practical. Show me the money. And I'm not saying my point of view here now, but you asked why do most physicists think this way? What's it going to get me? For most physics questions, philosophy has no special way of helping, right? If I want to do an integral, if I want to figure out how to evaluate a Feynman diagram, I do not turn to a philosopher. The questions where philosophy is very helpful, things like the measurement problem in quantum mechanics, the origin of the universe, questions of naturalness and fine-tuning and so forth. These are exactly the questions that physicists are kind of awkward about. They kind of get nervous talking about them because they don't know how to answer them. They don't know what experiment to do to figure out what the answer is. So there's sort of a mismatch in style, and they can both get along perfectly fine without each other in their own minds. So until philosophy tells physics something that is really, really useful to physics, then physicists are just not going to pay a lot of attention.